Welcome to the Choose to Live show with your host, Anika Cohen. It's time to propel, launch, and execute your dream. Now here to motivate, support, and influence you live from Dover, Delaware, Anika Cohen.
Hello, influencers. Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Choose to Live radio show on I Worship 96 radio station. It is my honor and my privilege to serve and support you on today. I am excited about today's show. We have an amazing guests. We have an amazing guest here with us on this show today. But before we get into that, I just want to welcome you, influencers, to the Choose to Live radio show. This is the show where we are intentional about choosing to live. We are intentional about propelling forward. We are intentional about releasing and relinquishing what does not serve us, right? Come on here, somebody. So it is my honor. It is my privilege to serve and support you on your journey of becoming. I want you to choose to live, right? I want you to choose to be liberated, improve daily, be vivacious, and enlightened. So listen, influencers, you are in for a great show. Like I said, we have an amazing guest. She goes by the name of Sheila Farr, and it is my pleasure to introduce her to this platform. She is one of our co-authors in our third edition, Influencers on the Rise, and she is here to share her story, her message, and why she chose to be a part of this anthology. So before we bring her on, allow me, influencers, to introduce her. Sheila Farr is an internal optimistic. After 20 years of building and managing $1 million businesses for others, she stepped out and started her own business in 2017. Now she's the CEO of Gulf Coast Training and Education Services in Biloxi, Mississippi, where she helps entrepreneurs and small businesses turn their struggling businesses into successful stories. Sheila is a two-time best-selling author of Trailblazers Who Lead and Courageous Enough to Launch, where she shares strategies and tools to help people propel their careers to a new level. She's a cheerleader for others. She motivates people through her blog, Thankful and Blessed 365, and is the founder of Biloxi Breeze, a literacy initiative along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Sheila loves to connect with people via her website, gulfcoasttraining.org, or social media sites such as Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you, Sheila Farr. Welcome.
Hi, Anika. How are you? Thank you for having me here today. I'm so excited.
It is my pleasure to have you join us, Miss Sheila. It is an honor. Like I said, listeners, she is an amazing woman. She is full of inspiration, literally. Your blog is what? What is it called, Sheila?
Thankful and Blessed 365, because we're living joyfully and intentionally every single day. So
yes, I love that. I love that. I love that. So listen, let's get right into it. What inspired, well, hold on. Before we get into the anthology, I want them to know, what is your story? Because although I've read your phenomenal biography, I know that there's a story behind that. So let's start there. What is Sheila's story?
Wow. Sheila's story is one of reinvention. So I just coming from a place in midlife. So I just turned 56. So a couple of years ago, I just kind of found myself at that place in the road where I really had a lot of changes going on in my life, changes in relationships, changes in my job situation. So it gave me an opportunity to really kind of look at my life and see where I was and where I was going for the second half of it, as I like to say. And as me, I'm just like everybody else. The world threw me a couple of curveballs, and I had to come out and kind of view things a little bit differently and do things a little bit differently. So I've spent the last couple of years really just working hard to get closer to the Lord, working hard to build a successful business of my own, and working hard to build solid relationships with other people to kind of help them do better in life too. So my story is just one of reinvention and thankfulness.
Yes, I love that word. It really speaks to me. Reinvention. Reinvention. Can you share with us what it took for you to reinvent yourself? What does it look like? What does that feel like? Oh my God, reinvention.
Well, at first, it doesn't feel good at all. It feels like a lot of brokenness and confusion and a little bit of hopelessness, maybe. Uh, and I love it whenever you're in that place. And I know we always hear people, we struggle and we do go into those broken places, whether it be in a relationship or at work. But thankfully for me, I was in a bad place. I was in a broken place. Just had gotten divorced. And after 23 years of marriage, I kind of didn't know what way to go. Honestly, I was lost, just completely lost. So at first, it didn't feel good. It felt just like I said, it felt hopeless. If I was scared, I didn't know what to do. And I had worked in medical management and human resources for about 25 years. So I actually just made a move and started over. I lived in Georgia. I'm from Georgia, but I moved here to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and it's absolutely beautiful. And so it gave me an opportunity to meet new people and consider doing some new things that I hadn't done before, still staying in the medical field and in human resources, but this time kind of looking for a position in a leadership position, because I really am a person who likes to stay in the background, and I didn't like to be in front, and I didn't like to be in charge. So, coming out to a different place where people didn't really know me and having an opportunity to kind of use some gifts that were a little rusty, just dusting off some things that, God gifted me with, just that I had them tucked in a drawer and wasn't using them for a very long time. So, it brought me from a place of just feeling lost and broken to just a place of enthusiasm and thankfulness and excitement and opportunity. And the cool thing about that is it took me to a place that allowed me to sow into other people and help them grow. And
Mm.
that's something I really love to do. I truly am a cheerleader for other people. I love to see people win. I love to see people do the things that they love to do, because I think during that period where I went, through some confusion and through some sadness, it helped me also gain a really great appreciation for life and the gift of life. So now I celebrate every day, and if it's not fun for me, I don't do it, because uh,
Mm.
I don't get into things that aren't going to make me smile, aren't going to be uplifting, or give me an opportunity to do that for other people.
And believe it or not, just I'm astonished because of your blog, Thankful and Blessed
Mhm.
365. I believe that you live that, because I follow you on social media, and I don't know you personally, as far as I did not meet you face to face. We met on social media. And
Right.
I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is that I just love how your image, what you speak in today, and what I feel from just the encounter with you,
Mhm.
it is truly positive energy. You feed us that on social media and your blog. So what am I trying to point out here, influencers? She reinvented herself, and she was intentional about what she continued to do, what she allowed in her space, who she allowed in her space. Come on here, somebody. So you got to take back your life. Take
Yes.
back your life and reinvent yourself. And you can do it on your own terms, in your
Mhm.
own way. And I am just really thankful to have you be a part of this third edition anthology, Influencers on the Rise. So, what made you say yes to this opportunity?
Well, honestly, you did, because I love you. I love following you on social media, and I love your energy. I love the way you present yourself, and like I said, you have the ability to make everything so beautiful, and you are encouraging. You lift others up. You appear to be a person who's very selfless, and that that you know. that intrigued me, and it kind of drew me into you, because I love people that are for other people. And I really felt like you were that. And, we have some mutual friends who say nothing but amazing things about you, of course. So, I mean, that helped too. But whenever I saw that you were offering an opportunity to tell about reinvention and how to rise above and how to intentionally do things and intentionally live your life in a way where you don't get drawn in by the darkness. You're able to bring light to whatever situation you come into. That really appealed to me. So, that was why I said yes, because I was just thrilled and thankful for an opportunity to work with you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Miss Sheila. Thank you so much. I'm always humbled and I'm honored to just serve and support people who want to pursue their purpose, who want to
Yeah.
achieve and dominate their goals, because again, I'm not supposed to be here. And I share my story everywhere I go. I'm not supposed to be here. November 2007, those two masked gunmen entered my home with the intention to kill me. And because I'm alive, right? I'm alive and well due to God's grace. I made a promise to him. I don't care about likes, about followers. I'm still going to do what God called me to do because he spared my life. And so I
Yep.
owe it to him to ignite my voice. I
Yes.
owe it to him to show up and say thank you and inspire others to do the same. So we're on the same work. We're on the same mission. And I love it because we're now linking arms together. And we're being impactful with sharing our story and our message. So what can our leader, well, not our leaders, but what can our readers expect from your contribution to this anthology? What can they expect from your chapter?
Honestly, a little bit more of what I've just shared, but more from a business perspective, because just recently, and it's really cool, and I love the way that God works, because he always gives us opportunities to learn and grow through situations. So it just talks about me having an opportunity to start my own business after spending many, many years building $1 million businesses for other people. This is another one of those stories where I was in a happy corporate job. I was just completely content to be where I was. And we really had an amazing working condition and situation. We had a really true team that worked together. Everybody was very supportive, high producers. We were doing great things. And then, the owner of the business decided to sell to a corporate entity, and that kind of left a lot of us scrambling because, especially with me being the administrator of a medical practice, that job went directly to corporate. And so it gave me an opportunity, I say, to kind of step out and do some different things. And kind of make an impact in a larger way. And I really didn't want that opportunity. And again, I always say it's God giving me a holy push, because he pushes me out of those places of comfort and into the places, that I never would have gone without him. And he just opens the doors and just makes life even more beautiful than it was before. So I'm honestly, that's why my blog is entitled Thankful and Blessed, because, I came from a place where I wasn't, and it was hard for me to get back up and stand up and honestly even confront people, because I'm a shy person, but I used to be extremely insecure, and I was a people pleaser and I wanted to do what the other person wanted. And so that's what was so funny. Whenever I got divorced, it took me like 3 months almost to buy furniture, because I didn't even know what I liked. I was so used to people telling me what I liked and what to do that I didn't even know. So now, coming from that to a place where I'm in a position to be able to help others grow, to look at businesses that are kind of struggling, help them make just a few adjustments and watch them soar. Oh my gosh, that just makes my heart sing. So I'm going to talk about that. I mean, ways that people can just make a few adjustments and do amazing things.
Absolutely. Oh, Sheila, you just have a sweet spirit. Listen, influencers, you might be like, why is Nika so in awe? This is my first encounter physically with her.
Yes.
Although we are on this although we are working together on this project, it is a virtual experience. And
Mhm.
I have not had the pleasure to honestly have like a conversation where I can hear her voice, not typing over the computer. I can hear her, I can see her. And
Yeah.
that's just a different experience. So I just love the energy, and I'm happy to have you on this project. So what would you say to the woman or even the man, right? Because we don't want to leave them out. What would you say to that person who was in the place that you were? What would
Mm.
you say to them? What is the advice or the tips that you would give them right now in this moment so that way they can reinvent themselves?
The first thing I think I would say is that you have treasures within you that you don't even know you have, and you have the ability to do amazing things because that's the way that God gives each of us. So the thing that we need to do is just dig deep, find those things that are within you, bring them out, polish them up, and watch you shine. That's all it takes.
Y'all heard it first, right here. Right here, you heard it first, right here from Sheila Farr. So listen, I would love for you to share a little bit about your business. All
Mm,
right, share with our listeners what it is exactly that you do
sure.
and how do you help the community.
I would love to. Gulf Coast Training and Education Services is it's kind of looks a little bit different today than it started out almost 4 years ago, because we started out and we really were just doing professional and personal development training. Because I've been in human resources and healthcare for so many years, I taught those kinds of things. So HIPAA things for medical practices, billing and collections. Um, and I did and still do a lot of employee handbooks for small businesses. Um, but over the past couple of years, we've kind of morphed and changed a little bit. We do a lot of different things now. We do health and wellness training. We do compliance training of all sorts for all professions. We do business strategies and business planning and beginning marketing plans for startups. And that's another thing that I just started doing within the past 12 months is helping entrepreneurs stand up their businesses. So, and just kind of strategize. And I love that. That is like the best thing ever, because it's like being a teacher. When you see the student connect the dots and make the connection to what you're trying to
Mhm.
teach, whenever you see somebody connect with their passion, and then we build that roadmap of how we're going to do it. What are we going to do this first year to get you where you need to be? Second year, third year, we're taking you all the way to 5 years, because we want to be ensure you that you are going to be in business 5 years from now. So what are the things that we're going to do? We're not going to build that business plan and stick it in a drawer and never look at it. We're going to bring it out. We're going to work it. We're going to adjust things as we need to make sure that you're successful. And if you haven't been successful, we're going to look at the reasons why, and where you're struggling. What adjustments do we need to make? So I do a ton of business strategies. I do a ton of startups. I do a lot of virtual human resource work for a couple of different types of companies, honestly, now all over the globe, I'm thankful to say, because the world became smaller, right? Last year, when we
Mhm.
all were forced to stay at home, we got smaller and larger at the same time. So I took little Gulf Coast Training and Education Services and moved it, to Australia, to the UK, to Ireland. So now we have clients all over the world. Um,
Yes.
you know, so it's been fun. Like I said, you heard me say I don't do anything unless I love it. So it's been incredibly fun, and I've met some amazing people. So I love doing that.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations to you.
Thanks.
Congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment to be recognized globally around the world for your work and your services. Huge, huge, huge deal. Get into it, influencers. So listen, I want to take out time to do our little fun trivia game where we play fun facts about our guests, right?
Nice.
Fun facts, nothing to worry about. So we got about a few questions for you. All right, so we're going to get right into it. Our trivia game, our first question is, what is one of your favorite songs?
Mm. Okay, so the song, look, now I'm going to show my age for sure, because the song that just kind of pumps me up is Casey and the Sunshine Band's Boogie Shoes.
All
I
right.
love that song. You can't be in a bad mood when you're listening to that song. So that's one of my favorites.
All right. We heard it first here. Okay. Question number 2. What is your favorite color?
Purple. I'm a purple girl. I've always loved purple. When I was a kiddo, my parents actually, my room was purple, my walls were purple. I had purple shag carpet. I was, a child of the 70s. So yeah, I was immersed in purple. Still am. I love it.
Look, obsessed with purple. Purple everywhere.
Yes.
All right. Our next question is, let's see. What was your favorite moment in high school?
Ooh, that's a good one. Honest, look, now I'm going to appear to be a geek. I guess it was, I love languages, and I learned to speak a couple of different languages. So probably when I was voted the president of the German club, of all things, I just love that. And we had a fun group of people. Our teacher was a ton of fun. And yeah, that was probably one of my favorite things.
All right. Give me 3 top things you like to do. What are your 3 top hobbies?
First thing is reading. I love books, everything associated with books. I love the way they look, the way they feel, the way they smell. I love what they say. I love everything about books. So books are like one of my favorite things. The other thing I love is target shooting. I just picked that up a couple of years ago because I'm kind of like you. I was a victim of gun violence. So now to turn it around, and I teach shooting. So I teach personal safety and shooting to people. And so shooting is like one of my very favorite things, target shooting and personal defense. I love that. And then yoga. I've been a yoga instructor for 11 years. I love that because it's good for everybody. It doesn't matter your size, your age, or anything at all. You can find a good health benefit from doing yoga. So those are my 3 things.
Listen, and I just learned so much about you in a short amount of time. Listen here, people, okay? She is a target shooter, okay?
Yes.
She is targeting, okay? Then you got yoga. I never expected that. Like, wow, you teach it.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It's funny. So if you go to Gulf Coast Training and Education Services website, you'll see everything from firearm safety to yoga that's on there because, that's what we do. We do it all right there. And like I said, I feel very blessed to have the opportunity to do what I love every single day. So it's huge.
Yes, every single day, 365, thankful and blessed. Thankful and blessed is Sheila. Okay. I'm listen, I am never going to think about those words together and not think about you.
Good.
Thankful and blessed, 365.
That's
Sheila.
right.
Right. Yes. I love it. Gulf Coast Training. All right. Get into it, influencers.
Yes.
Get into it. Gulf Coast Training, just like it sounds. .org. All right. Yep. So that was our trivia game. Thank you for being so open and sharing with us. And I just love it. I just love it. I just love it. So what can our I want to say readers, what can our listeners, what can they expect? What do you got going on? What's next for Sheila?
So the really big news for me, I think, is I have my first anthology that I'm actually the project manager and visionary on, and it's called Thankful and Blessed 365. So yeah, that'll be releasing in June. I'm pretty excited about that. That's a big deal for me. And it's really special to me because my 89-year-old aunt is writing a chapter for it. So it's a big deal to me. So I have that book coming out, and then we've got, oh my goodness, just a lot of training going on. We just finished an anthology with Dawn Leak, and a book called Finally Free. So we're still doing a couple of authors showcases at our facility. So we're having the authors come in and read from their book, talk about the writing process, sign some books. So we've got some book signings going on at our facility, which has been a ton of fun so far. So I'm looking forward to doing that too through the spring. And honestly, that's about it. I'm going to Alaska in July, which I'm pretty excited about that.
Listen, you're going to Alaska.
Yes, I love
Listen.
Alaska. It's one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. So I'm so excited about that.
So this isn't your first time there.
No,
You've been
this
there
is my
before.
third. This is my third. So yeah,
Okay,
I love it.
Is the weather nice there, or?
It will be in July. It'll be, I mean, they have mosquitoes that are huge, like birds, but aside from that, it'll be nice. And I'm going with family and friends, and we're doing my very favorite thing that's been at the top of my bucket list my entire life, which is going to see the bears eat the salmon out of the little river. So I'm actually, I keep telling them, guys, if I just like pass out when I see a bear, just leave me, because I'll be like the happiest person in the whole wide world, because that's the only thing, since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to go see the bears over at Katmai Island. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, listen, Sheila, you have an amazing trip.
Thank
Be
you.
safe and have fun for the third time. Oh, well, the fourth time in Alaska. All right, influencers. So listen, this is the conclusion of our show, Choose to Live. And again, I know that you were blessed. I know that you were blessed, because it has been an honor to have Sheila join us here on this show. It really has been an honor. You have just shared so many great things. And again, thank you for being here. So tell our listeners how they can connect with you. Again, let them know how they can connect with you, and also on social media, how they can connect with you.
Okay, yeah. All through social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, just Sheila Farr, Farr. It's easy to find me. I look just like me, so I don't have any funny pictures of. It's just me, so you'll know me. And if you're listening to me, you probably, oh, gee, I didn't think about that. We might not be viewed. We might just be heard. But just watch for Sheila Farr and Gulf Coast Training, because you'll see the little gold sunshine, and you'll know you're in the right place. And then always, you can find me at our website. Just message me there, www.gulfcoasttraining.org. And please connect with me, because I love making connections and helping people connect with other people who can, just help them live better lives and enjoy life. So thank you.
Listen, influencers, there you have it. The phenomenal, the amazing Sheila Farr. It has been a privilege, again, to have you on our show. Listen, influencers, I want you to stay on the lookout for our third edition anthology book, Influencers on the Rise, with our co-contributor, Sheila Farr, and some other amazing women. Until next time, influencers, what do I want you to do? I want you to choose to live. I want you to choose to be liberated, improve daily, be vivacious, and enlightened. And let us know what you thought about today's show. Listen, you can go to ladyanikastewart.com, or you can leave us a comment below. Until next time, influencers, choose to live.